What's up, everybody? It's Conger Live, and today we are looking at the new tier list for March. Season 4 is just around the corner. Couple characters will not be on here. Samurai Leo will not be on here because we don't have him yet. And all the new characters from Season 4, as you can see, they're not actually in the game just yet. Even though Samurai Leo is here, we don't have access to him yet because the event still has a couple days left. But for March, as we know it, this is your new tier list. Couple changes from before. I got a lot of feedback from the community, so thank you for everyone who gave me their opinions, who answered the polls I put on the Facebook group, and who did direct messages to me on Discord, so thank you guys all so much. So the same 4 tunes in the S. We added Donatello to the S tier because a lot of people were saying that of the supporting tunes, he's the best one. So we went ahead and put him up there, and because of what other people were saying, I went ahead and took my Donatello to 250. Some people were saying, why not Leo? Why not Splinter? Donatello has probably the best active special in the game, even though the AI doesn't always target it correctly, and even though they did give him a nerf a couple last season, I think it was, before season 3, he's still amazing. A must-have on your squad, so that's why Donatello got moved up to the S tier. And we also moved Mondo Gecko to the A tier. I had a lot of people saying they were really liking Mondo, how well he's been used. I haven't used him in a long time since 3 stars were capped at 150. I did use him for a while. I really did like him when I did use him, but as I got other tunes in my squad, I stopped using him. But other people still say he's an amazing tune. His stun is really great. He gets in that back line and takes out their April or anything else that's sitting in the back. So Mondo Gecko got moved up into the A tier. The other characters are, of course, still there. Now going to the B tier, we actually dropped Ray to the B tier because when getting feedback from everybody, Ray and Rocksteady are fairly equal overall when it comes to their effectiveness and usability. And so if you have one of these 2 tanks at 4-star and the others at 3, definitely use the 4-star tank. They're both excellent tanks between Rocksteady and Ray. Although I think in a one-on-one situation, Ray might still be a little bit better, but I don't think that he quite deserved to live in the A tier anymore. Based on what most people gave me feedback, they thought he was a B tier character. And also up in the B tier, new up in the B tier, is Irma. So they fixed Irma's bug when she was at level 200, causing her to dive in. So she doesn't do that anymore. She does a really good job of doing lots of damage and taking out those low hit point characters. Anybody who has her on her team and uses her really finds her very useful. So with all the feedback I got, Irma definitely deserves to be up there, especially being that she's one of the 2-star characters you start the game with early on. She's a great investment for some great damage. Down in the C tier, we moved Mona Lisa up. She's a really good support. Her and Razor are kind of comparable, one could argue. That a lot of people kept saying Mona Lisa needs to get more love, so we went ahead and moved her up. We moved Snow Mikey down to D because his stun just doesn't last long enough. Unfortunately, I invested in Snow Mikey when I first got him. Another thing is that there's just a lack of dimension level available for this character based on his availability. So you can't really boost him up, so we threw him down the D tier, just like Savanti. Not really the most amazing character, underwhelming overall. When it comes to how great he is. A lot of these characters in the D tier, it's not like they're bad tunes, it's just there's so many better options when it comes to being out there. Also, the AoE in general just isn't as strong as it should be, which is why a lot of these tunes you may notice are AoE tunes that are living down here in the D tier. And the E tier, the absolute worst of the worst, Baxter, Scarred, Ace Duck, Napoleon, and Bebop. Some people are going to be like, Bebop, really? Yeah, I mean, Bebop just really doesn't have much place in any of the squads. He doesn't really do a lot for the team. He does like one thing and just okay, which is his AoE damage, and it's just not enough. So those are the tunes I would definitely stay away from on the bottom. D tier tunes, if they're one of your first 4 stars, you can still use them. Dementor, Drag, they both do a decent amount of damage. Zac, Tempestor, they can do some decent damage. It's just not the most ideal when it comes to building a squad that really works in the meta. So that's kind of where we're at for this month. Things will definitely change as I get more feedback from you guys. Please leave a comment down below with your favorite tunes. Which tunes do you think are in the wrong tier? Where do we need to move them? And by next month's tier list, we will have a place for Samurai Leo. I'm thinking he's probably going to be a C tier just because there's going to be limited availability for him and that dimension level won't go up. But his kit reads really well. Really liking the way that Samurai Leo looks. Just not sure where he's going to end up until we get some use out of him. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We just want to game smarter here. Go ahead and ninja kick that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more TMNT Mutant Madness content. And we'll see you in the next video.